Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to Foothill Paint and Fabrication. Well, today's the day. The Chevy truck goes home. I'm really happy to get the 3100, be able to deliver it back to Darren. It's been a lot of work. It's taken way longer than really it should have, and I may have went overboard a little bit, maybe more than just a little, but it's really been a collaborative effort between Darren and myself. The original deal was he was just going to take it apart, bring me parts, I'd paint them, he'd stick it back together. Obviously, it didn't work out that way. He and I both went way farther than we had ever imagined. So, but the truck looks beautiful. This is really this really is a family heirloom. There, he drove it. His dad drove it. I think his grandfather bought it. His son drove it to school. So this truck has really been in their family a long time, and it's really nice to be able to get it looking this good so they can enjoy it, as a family for years and years to come. So let's roll it around out into the driveway so we can do a nice walk around on it and I can showcase everything on the truck. Okay, there she is in all her glory. Looks really nice. Really nice. Let's pop the hood and take a look underneath first, and then we'll do a tour of the interior, and then we'll get a full walk around on the truck. Okay, let's see what we got underneath the hood here. Okay, first things first is the underside of the hood. See if I can get the camera to adjust. All nice and shiny blue. You guys seen it recently. I'm really actually kind of sick on looking underneath this hood, to tell you the truth, but I'm glad it's done. It looks really nice. Just like the rest of the engine compartment, Darren's done a wonderful job on making sure everything looks just right and super clean. Still has a generator down in there. I hit the horn driving it over here and it works. Everything looks like it works. I think this truck is going to look fantastic. He says he's not going to show it, but I'm going to encourage him to take it to some local shows. It just looks too nice to keep in the garage. So all in all, the underside of the hood has been cleaned up really nicely. You guys remember we took out, I think we filled in, what was it, 42 extra holes or 24 something. There was a lot of holes, extra holes in that firewall we filled in, and really cleaned up everything. And the only holes that are in there are the ones that are being used, so that's pretty nice. So the engine is super clean. Darren had a lot of this work done before we even started on the truck, but it all came out really nice, really nice. We got the radiator cover painted too. He is going to have this latch zinced, polished, and zinc plated, I believe, so that'll clean that up nicely too. So let's close the hood and then move over to the interior. Okay, let's go take a tour of the inside before we check out all the work on the outside. Now you guys recall the work we did on the door jambs, smoothing this out really nice. Look how clean that is now. All the way up in here. Just super smooth. You can run your hand on anything. And the gaps on these trucks aren't the greatest, so it's nice to have your door jambs nice and straight and clean as possible. They just look really, really good. Really good. Check out the door. Didn't spend a lot of time on those doors, but on the interior side of them, but they came out really nice. Remember we had to put those little patch panels down there because they were rusted out on the inside, not rusted out on the outside. Here's the interior. Remember we painted the whole thing. See if I can get some angles. Wait for the camera to adjust. Headliner's in. Darren did all this work. I just did the painting. So he did a lot of the restorative work to the gauges and everything else. So I mean, I think it looks fantastic. It's hard for me to get a good angle for you guys to see, but this truck is really clean on the inside. Really clean. Let's swing around the other side and take a look, and then we'll check out the bed. Okay, more of the same over here. Everything's looking super clean. You guys might wonder, why is there broken glass in here? Well, I think Darren told me that his grandfather broke that, and he just doesn't want to change it. It's just part of the history of the truck. So he wants to leave it there to remind him of his grandfather. So, which is really cool. Pretty sure it was his grandfather. So here's the other side of the interior. Pretty clean, guys. Still using the push button starter. Everything's almost all original on this thing. Here's the heater. Darren did a lot of work on that. You guys remember all the work we did down on these kick panels to make them look super nice. They were rusted out on the bottom and had a lot of other issues. They're looking really good now, really good now. He's got the rubber mat in here. And then of course he had the seats reupholstered and basically rebuilt. And they're super firm and very comfortable. Here's another angle. And you guys recall we did the seat base. Had to do, what did we do? 2 big patch panels on that and several holes filled in. But that looks really good across the front now. Look at that, huh? Super clean truck. Okay, let's check out the bed, huh? So Darren did all the work on the wood himself. He did the installation, everything. So I think it just looks really good with that blue. The color of stain he picked, going against the blue like that, I think it looks really good. Here's the filler nick for the gas. He's put the tank underneath. Remember we did the gas neck delete on that. But all in all, this is like the perfect color in my opinion. My friend John that had that F100 that I painted, he did almost the exact same color. It's a great color for this wood. Not natural, this is just oak, but it's got a light stain on it and it really brings out the beauty in that wood. So it comes out really, really nice. Like Darren said, nothing will ever be hauled in there except air, but it's still nice to look at. All right, let's get this door shut and do a little tour around the exterior. Okay, we'll start up front here. You guys remember the work we did on the front fenders? They weren't too terribly beat up and really just had a lot of paint on them. You guys know we just painted over the old paint on this truck. You can get these kind of results painting over old paint. You don't have to strip down bare steel. It's the best way to do it, but you got to have the time and the money to do it. And you just have to make your choices on what you want to do. Okay, on the fenders too, you guys recall all the work we did underneath using the bed liner. Help protect them. Super clean up underneath here. Gives that nice rugged finish. So hopefully all the rust will stay away and no rock chips. But time will tell. So these fenders came out really nice. The grille is pristine. I think it has one little dinger in it, but other than that, it's just really nice. And you guys recall when we painted the shadow or the eyebrow shadows up inside there. They're all nice and blue, came out really nice. And of course the bumper apron, you remember that thing we wrestled around on the ground for a whole day trying to get that thing nice and straight. It came out really good. Really good. It looks beautiful on there. Here's the other fender. They look really good. And here's the hood. Show you those body lines. I don't know if I showed you guys those out in the sun, but here are the body lines now. Came out really nice. And a lot of you guys have commented about this blue. You're really liking that blue. I think it looks great on this truck. It's a great choice. I do like solid colors on these old trucks too, but I think this looks really good. Let's move on down the side now. So let's stop right here on the louvers. You remember the louvers? We did a video on how to get these louvers nice and straight. Got some dust on there already just sitting out. But these louvers came out super nice. See that? Look how straight they are. You guys can certainly do this kind of work. It just takes patience. And just take your time and just be smart about it. So the doors, they took a little bit of work on the outside. You guys remember we did a lot of block sanding, a lot of work on them, and we worked that bottom pretty heavily. because there was a lot of chipped and damaged paint and crappy paint installations from before. But all in all, they came in really good. This door is the best aligned door I've seen on one of these trucks in a long time for not being a show truck. The other door doesn't shut and align quite as nice as this one. And we messed with it and messed with it. I just can't get it to get any better. But look at that line right down there. It came out really nice, really nice. And of course the glass, Darren put all the glass back in. New rubbers all the way around. Looks really good. We just fixed that little chip when he slipped when he was putting it in. Probably broke his heart when he did that, but we got it fixed. And of course the top, let me see if I can get an angle on the top up there. Top of the truck, the cab is really flat. No ripples, no dingers, no nothing. It looks really good. All right, running boards. You guys recall these running boards? They were in such bad shape paint-wise that I had Darren have them stripped. They media blasted them, and they came out really nice, super clean. We had some straightening to do on each end, but other than that, they came out really nice. And he went ahead and installed these little step guards. Really pretty on there. Here's that color again, guys. Let me get out of the way. It's pretty nice looking blue. Nice sparkle to it. Back of the cab came out really nice. Pretty happy with all of it. Rear fenders, you guys recall we had some patch panels to put in these where they always seem to rust out. I'm sure you guys are doing the same type of repairs on yours, but they came out super straight, really nice and smooth, clean lines on them. Nice and round shape, no waves in them. It's hard for me to show on camera just how good they look. Let me swing around to the other side. We'll take a look at that one on the driver's side. Same thing over here. Came out really nice. Okay, onto the bed. Oh, remember the bed. Now, if you guys recall, the ends of these bed rails were drooped down, and that came from people pushing right here to get in and out. You know, they push down. You got a big boy pushing on there. That thing drooped down, but so we got it straightened out. You guys can tell just how straight those rails are now. They came out really good. And these are the types of things I look at when I'm at the car shows, you know, just the little details. And of course, they're super flat across the top here, and really nice, really nice. And of course, the inside, I wasn't going to polish the inside. Of course, I ended up polishing the inside. So, and it came out really good. Remember all those chips we filled and all the work we did? And just the work we did just to get these stainless steel strips in where we removed the old ones and got all the holes done and welded in some nuts, everything to get that done. It came out really nice. Now the backboard there is new. The other one was rotted out so much it wasn't even worth repairing, and replacement parts are readily available. So, you know, you gotta have to gauge your time against the money to buy something new. But it looks really good. Let me get a shot of the back of that tailgate for you. Get this camera to adjust. It's pretty sunny out here today. It's gonna be a warm one. All right, and back onto the tailgate. You guys recall somebody put a lot of runs in that tailgate on every letter, but we got them all polished out. It came out really nice. But I'll tell you what, you sand out your own runs, it makes you a better painter, because you're sitting there sanding them, telling yourself, I'll never do this again. So you're extra careful the next time. The chrome, everything looks really nice on this truck. I'm really happy with the way it all came out. And that brings us right back to the front again. This was an interesting project to work with somebody else that was doing a lot of the work themselves and helping me along the way. But you know, in the end, I think it really made the project come out that much nicer, and really, I think Darren's going to have, you know, like some skin in the game on this truck of ownership and all the work he did, so he'll take extra care of it. and know just how much work goes into making something this nice, so you'll take extra care of it. So I'm really happy to get this done and be able to deliver it to Darren and his whole family as an heirloom to keep forever, hopefully. Okay guys, that pretty much wraps up not only this video, but the whole series on this truck. I think this is the 86th video for this 1950 Chevy truck project. So it's been an adventure. When I started YouTube, I started on this project right here, and looking back at some of my first videos, they were horrible. I have a hard time watching them. They're just so bad. But I really appreciate all you guys sticking with me. I've learned as I've gone along, and I think I'm getting better. I hope so. You guys let me know if I'm doing any better than I did. I hope I'm doing better than I was before. But you know, I was really happy to get this done. It's been a learning experience for me on YouTube, and I really, really appreciate all the subscribers, all the viewers. And if you're just seeing this video and you haven't seen this truck before, there's a whole series on it. I'll put a link in the description, and we'll put a link right about there at the end of the video, and you guys can check it all out. That brings me to my next topic, is my project. I haven't worked on my own car in over 30 years, guys. I've always done everybody else's projects. I haven't done my own. So now it's time to get to my GTO. It's been sitting there forever. Since 1995 is, I think, the last time I drove it. So that's a long time to leave a car like that sitting still and not getting used. So it's going to be all me, all my money, all my time, all my ideas. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into that thing and just going full blast on it and get it done as soon as I can. Don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to take as long as it takes to make it just as beautiful as I can possibly make it. So tune in for that one, and we'll see you on the next one.